Do you remember the 21st night of September? I didn't even realize that that's what the day was. That's kind of embarrassing. Anyway, hey everybody. I know I don't really do streams too often, but here we are. Today, we're going to be doing an Owl House tier list. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't done this yet, honestly. So, yeah. I guess let's just get started. Let me get Bella's out of the way here. Freaking so ugly, bro. Get out of here. Okay, I don't know why chat is broken. It does this, dude. It freaking breaks all the time. But anyway, here we go. Here's kind of the format. You know, a lot of people like, you know, naming each tier after a thing. But, you know, I like to keep it simple, you know. Let's just go with the S, A, B, C, D, no F or whatever. And then I have the who, don't care, / not enough screen time. That's what NEST means here. And I kind of filled them up with, like, the characters that are, like, background characters that no one really cares about, or, like, I shouldn't say no one really cares about, but, you know, there's always a fan for every character, right? Oh, gosh, the chat just came back. That's whatever. I'm not going to focus on it too hard. But, you know, like, most people aren't going to care that much, right? Like, most people don't really care. So we're probably going to save, like, the best characters for last. But we're gonna rate, like, most of these characters down here. I guess whoever made this tier list also put Lego Ida here, so, you know, they're based. I don't see Flapback in here, though. Like, come on, now. We got Flapjack. Where's Flapback, bro? Although, I don't even know. What is this? What even is this? Is this, like, the freaking old Flapjack? Where does this come from? Is this, like, Dell's? I don't even know, bro. Either way, I think we're gonna get started here with, oh, gosh. I already forgot his name. It starts with an A. Guys, help me. What's his name? What's this loser's name? Freaking head coven of the guy, the illusion coven. Adrian Grey, that's his name. Adrian Grey. Yeah, he doesn't really have too much, he doesn't have too much character, but I think he's funny. He's got a cool design. I'm kind of just rating these based off of, like, obviously just my own personal opinions, design, how they're written, whatever. But this isn't, like, objectively, like, a written tier list, right? Like, if that was the case, like, Bellos would be, like, number 1. But these are just, like, my personal opinions, so I apologize if those differ from yours. We're just kind of going at it. So Adrian, I think he's kind of cool, honestly. I think he's kind of cool. He's kind of a brat, kind of a bit of a diva, but, you know, that's the whole point of his character. He's a villain. Would have been nice to see him more, but honestly, I'm gonna put him in B tier. Not even C, because he was actually, like, pretty enjoyable, and he's got a cool design. It would have been fun to see him more, but unfortunately, he only got, like, 1 episode of screen time. Alador, he's freaking based, bro. Alador's freaking based. Very cool character. Totally gets shafted by O'Dahlia, like, all the time. I honestly just feel, like, more pity for him than throughout most of the story than anything, just because you have to deal with freaking trash Dahlia. But, you know, the whole Blight family's got to deal with that garbage. But, you know, he's pretty fun. He turns around. I wouldn't call him, like, a great father, but, you know, he's working on it, right? He's working on it. I think he's definitely A tier. I think most people can agree on A tier for sure with Alador. A for Alador, you know? It fits. We'll come back for Amity. I want to do, like, the most popular characters last. I think that's fitting. Hey, Ali Khan, how's it going? We got Barkus here. Barkus is a dog. That's about it. He's kind of like, is he like a comic? He kind of feels like a meme character, honestly. I don't know. I feel like he's not really extremely interesting. When he appeared in that one trailer, I didn't really care about him. But, you know, he's a funny dog, and I think that's kind of funny, so he at least gets C tier. I would think C tier are, like, mid, where I'm just, like, kind of, like, indifferent, where it's like, yeah, they're kind of cool. I like them. D tier is, like, a character that I don't like. Like, I just straight up, like, I'm not a fan of them. So there's not going to be too many characters in D, because, you know, Owl House has a lot of good characters. And as for O'Dahlia, like, you know who that belongs to. Only one person belongs in this tier. Oh, dear. Bat Queen. She's kind of funny. I would have liked to see more lore with her. Like, the whole, like, her being a Palisman thing. Like, who the heck's Palisman was she? Like, the Titans? Like, we don't know. And, you know, she's so big. Like, who the heck could have used her as a Palisman? I don't know. I definitely feel like there could have been some more lore for Bat Queen. However, as a character, she's kind of boring, I guess. She's just kind of there. Like, she's not a bad character, but she's just not, like, I don't know. She's kind of slept on, I feel. I'm going to put her in C tier. Definitely above Barkus, though. She's going to be like a high C, I think. She's a high C. I don't think she quite gets a B tier for me. We'll come back to Bella. This is Bill, right? I think this is Bill. Yeah, not much to say about him. He's kind of just a guy. I think he's just low C. You know, his villain presence exists, but he doesn't have much screen time. He's just kind of fine. If I see this say Flatback, I'm gonna say Flatback regardless. You don't even have to tell me to say Flatback, dude. That's my freaking boy, dude. That's my boy. Yeah, so I guess Bill just goes there. Honestly, I don't really have too much of a reason. He just doesn't really have that much presence, besides the fact that he, like, makes fun of King in the freaking, evil world. Also, if you hear my neighbors, they're kind of loud, so sorry about that. Boscha. Honestly, I don't hate Boscha. She works as, like, a bully character, but otherwise, she's kind of like a stereotype. Doesn't really have too much of a character. For the future, in retrospect, while I first enjoyed it when I watched it, rewatching the part with Boscha is kind of painful and not really that enjoyable. I really don't care that much about Boscha, but, you know, she serves her role well, so I think I'll give her, like, a low B tier. You know, she's got a good design with, like, the 3 eyes. I definitely wish they fleshed out more of her character with, like, Amity and, like, her relationship. I feel like they definitely could have done more of that in Season 1, because a lot of Amity that we see in Season 1, she doesn't really hang out with Boscha at all, even though they're supposed to be, like, friends. We barely see them on screen together, like, maybe, like, once in the freaking Hooty Possessed episode, right? They're, like, rarely ever together. So it would have been nice to see more of their relationship being explored before For the Future, because For the Future, like, relationship with Amity kind of fell flat with that arc of Boscha's. So I guess there's more like leaning towards Amity being like, yo, I'm my own person now, whatever. Oh, this person, I hate this person. I don't even remember what her name was, and I don't even care to remember. She sucks. I hate people like this, dude. There are people like this in real life, and they're so annoying. They're basically like, you know, like bullies that like pretend to be interested in what you're interested in, and they're like, oh, you draw? Can I see? I hate those people. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't say I hate people. That's mean. But it's, dude, I was bullied like that in middle school. It was awful. The worst type of bully isn't one that insults you. It's the one that pretends to get along with you and, like, plays with you like you're a little toy. I hate those, dude. I freaking hate people like that. I shouldn't say I hate people. That's so rude to say. But, man, people like that are just so annoying. And, yeah, like, playful bullying with, like, your friends, that's fine, you know? But, like, when you don't know somebody well and you're treating them like a toy, that's the kind of stuff I hate, and this is what this freaking character does, and I hate her. I really hate her. And then she even, like, shows her true colors, like, way too soon. Like, I don't even know. Okay, Bump. Honestly, I have a bit of a bias towards Bump. If you've seen my videos, you know the freaking Bump vlogs, you know how much I like Bump. Bump is really enjoyable. He's so iconic, dude. He's honestly, like, I think his character design is great. It's very memorable, and I have a huge bias toward him, but I really like Principal Bump. He's definitely, like, a great teacher, and, you know, even though he's, like, has to be put under the foot of, like, Odalia in that one episode, you can tell he really cares for his students, even if he is pretty strict. And just overall, he's awesome. It was fun that they even, like, turned him into a meme by building a statue of him For the Future, so, yeah, Bump's A tier, like, for sure. My bias would put him up here, and it is my tier list, but, you know, I'm gonna do it, actually. I'm putting him at the top of A. I don't think I could put him in S because, like, I shouldn't meme too hard, but I do really like Bump. I really enjoy Bump. So, again, this is my tier list. I'm sure a lot of people don't care that much about Bump. They'd put him in, like, B or, like, C tier. But I really enjoy Bump. He's so freaking good. As for Caleb's more of a plot device. He doesn't have any lines, but, like, his plot presence and the relationship he has with Belos that we see in, like, Hollow Mind, and even when he shows up in, like, For the Future, it's really cool to see Caleb. And, like, all the lore in the background that he builds up, and, like, the connection to, like, Flapjack and Evelyn, it makes him very interesting. I actually have Evelyn in the, like, don't care category, I think. Yeah, like, right here, this is Evelyn. I only have her here because, like, we just don't know much about her, right? And I don't think it's really fair to rate somebody who doesn't really have a character, whereas Caleb, you can kind of see, like, what his character was, where he grew past the, like, witch hate sort of cult thing. So, I'm putting Caleb in, I'll put him in low B. Weirdly enough, I know he doesn't, like, have a character, right? He doesn't have any lines. But the fact that, like, how much lore he adds and, like, his connection to so many different characters despite never actually appearing in the show besides, like, this ghostly form, it's super cool. And it makes me, like, the potential for Caleb is freaking awesome. What's my opinion on Amity? I'm gonna rate the more popular characters toward the end. You know, like the main characters like Amity, Luce, Hunter, Flapjack, all the main characters. I'm gonna leave them toward the end so we can save the best for last, you know? Gotta get that watch time! Sorry. Let's see here. Camila, Camila's really enjoyable. I was so happy, like, how understandable she was with Luce. I was really, like, I don't know. I was really worried that she'd just kind of, like, get super mad at Luce, or, like, I was worried that, like, they just wouldn't do well with her character, because I feel like a lot of shows really shaft the parents at times, and Camila was definitely not one of those. And I feel like it was really fun to actually have more, like, adult characters, like Ida, and like Lilith in the show, and Camila really helped add out that balance, especially like in thanks to them, because there weren't really any adult characters. It was all just like the main like characters here. Camila's a main character. I think she's a main character, but I feel like she's, you know, she's like one step below a main character. I guess she kind of like is in there, but you know, she doesn't really have much of a presence in season 1 and 2, really. Like, she's kind of there, but not really. But I think Camila is, like, without a doubt, she's an A tier. Like, I could talk about her for a while. And just like how she's like the constant support. Like, can you imagine how much work and how much stress she was under when she had to take care of like 6 children? Like, that's so much. And like all their pets too. Like, oh my gosh, she really is a queen. As I see people in the chat saying, she's awesome. No, she's freaking awesome, dude. I really wish she got more screen time too. But you know, for the story, obviously, like, she wasn't really in the Owl House, but at least like in season 1 and season 2. So it was really good to see her have some more screen time. And like her slapping Jacob, wherever freaking Jacob is, with the shoe, that was just a Chad-like move. Very cool. I guess next up we have the freaking bee Palisman. I didn't like put the Palisman in Don't Care, because I like the Palismans. They're kind of cute. But other than being cute, they don't really add too much. They like kind of add to like a character's personality. Like Willow has like the bug for plants and whatnot. The little bee is cute, but honestly doesn't really have a character. It's just there to be cute. So I think most of the Palisman are going to be sitting at like the bottom of C, except for 2 of them, you know, the goats. Well, specifically one of them, one goat, you know, one goat that we all love. But you know, I'll put Clover. That's right, Clover is C. Design wise, I think it's cute. I think it's very cute. But you know, the fact is, it's not like I dislike the Palismans. It's more just like they don't have any actual characters, and there's actual like characters with dialogue and interesting things to say about them. Whereas like besides being cute, I can't really put anything higher for the Palismans, because that's really all they are. Say which Palisman is the best Palisman? You already know, guys. You already know. Come on. I don't even gotta say it. All right, next up we got Darius. Darius is amazing, dude. Absolutely amazing. This is a character I wish like had more screen time. I wish like so many characters had more screen time in season 1. I know like a lot of stuff in season 1 we had like revolving around like the main characters, Luce and whatnot. But Darius is freaking awesome. Lots of like undertones, lots of like, you know, read between the writing or like lines, especially like with his relationship with like Alador. And just like his relationship with Hunter is so good, dude. Like him being like a freaking stepdad to Hunter was so cool, kind of. They kind of like little relationship going. And that, dude, one of the best things I love was like, even he didn't really like, I shouldn't say he didn't care about Hunter, but you know, he was just kind of like, oh, Hunter's just, you know, a yes man to Bellows. Didn't really like see too much in him. But when Hunter came around in that freaking Flyer Derby episode, he really like saw his true colors, which was awesome. And in the next episode of Hollow Mind, when he realized that Hunter is inside of Bellows' mind, and he like pushes Rain out of the way in that one shot, like, ooh, I love that so much. It was like you could just see physically how much he cared, and it doesn't take any lines or anything. It's just show don't tell, and I think it's awesome. Darius, he's an A tier. We got some really awesome characters. Like these 3 characters right here, they're awesome, bro. They're so awesome. I don't know, man. I think I gotta go put Camila here, and I think Alador is probably below Darius. I like both. Obviously, these are all really, really solid characters, dude. They're all really, really solid. I'm keeping S tier. Like, I'm trying to like limit my S tier as much as possible because they're all so good. Honestly, I should put Bump here. My bias has him up higher, but you know, we'll leave Bump in A tier. I don't think I can put him too much higher than that. I really do enjoy his character though. All right, Collector. I'm gonna like the Collector later. Dell Clawthrone. Doesn't really have too much screen time. Only really gives Ida some interesting character development with the whole like scratched face and whatnot. Kind of got to see a lot of him in her like backstory, but honestly doesn't really have too much presence. It was cool seeing him in the end where he like teaches Hunter how to carve Palisman. Otherwise though, not particularly interesting, despite the fact that he adds on to other characters. His character on his own is just kind of alright. The Clawthorne lore goes deep, but that's not necessarily like giving him any super big points. So I'll put him like, I think he's I'll put him below Bat Queen. He just doesn't, he's not there to be like an extremely interesting character. He's there to give Eda development. And that's really what I think. What are my opinions on Alador x Darius? I'm not really a big shipper person. I don't really like get super hype about ships. However, these two, I could see it. I could see it, especially with like the subtext and like how some people think they're like exes or something. I could see it. I could see it. We got freaking Eberwolf here. Eberwolf is just a gremlin. He's just a little funny gremlin. He's enjoyable. Again, doesn't really have too much of a character. He's just kind of like chilling with Darius all the time. But he's enjoyable. Funny little gremlin guy. I don't think I can put him too much high. I'll probably put him like below Dell. He literally has no speaking lines. But, you know, he's funny. He's funny. He's one of the best Coven heads. I mean, he's like one of the only good ones. It's like you got Darius, Eber, and Rain. There's not much competition when it comes to the Coven heads. Wait, also, why do I have freaking Adrian so high? Yeah, he's gotta be a little lower there. Actually, no, I'm gonna put Eberwolf at the bottom of B. I think his gremlinness is really enjoyable, and he also has a really good design too. He's got a great design, very funny, and he's also scary when he goes into like that beast mode. Pretty good stuff. Okay, Edric. Ooh, this one is I'm also quite biased to. Originally, a lot of people thought my profile picture was based off of Edric. It's not, but you know, I do really like Ed. Super enjoyable, actually extremely relatable. Kind of being like, you know, being like the outcast in the Blight family. And I kind of feel like a little bit of is that like Emira's fault, where it's like, with that one line. Where it's like, oh, I don't want to be stuck with you. And it's just like, oh, man, jeez. Poor freaking Ed, bro. And, you know, Edric and Eda is actually, like, such a great pair. I really wish we got to see more of them. It really makes you want to see more of that duo was so fun. And it turns out, like, Edric, you know, he knows more than he lets on. And I really enjoy that about him. And, again, both Blight twins would have been so fun to see more of. They kind of just felt like your mischievous, you know, prankster, your freaking, like, Fred and George archetype. But they really really were enjoyable, especially Ed. Ed's definitely an A tier. I'll put him right below Darius. I think I enjoy him a little bit more than Alador. I feel like a lot of people would rate him like in the B tier, but he also serves as some good comic relief as well. So it's like characters that balance having depth and also having comic relief are really, really interesting and really, really enjoyable to watch. As for Emira, she's kind of the same way, but she's got a bit more of a soft side. Leans in towards Amity's like emotional state when she's, you know, catching feelings for loose and whatnot. Whereas Ed's kind of like oblivious to most of that. And you know, she serves her role well as like the older sister. She kind of feels like the most mature out of the Blight siblings. And otherwise, she's just a pretty good character, pretty enjoyable. I think I put her at like the top of B. I think. Again, I really do wish they had more screen time. The twins are awesome, and they really deserve more time to shine, for sure. Okay, I gotta skip over the goat for now. Ghost. Is this goat? Wait, hold on. Is this Ghost and Owlbert? Is there even an Owlbert option? Hold on. Oh, there is. Okay, he's down here. Okay, this only counts as Ghost. Ghost is kind of cool. I think I'll just put Ghost right above Clover here. Again, you know, not really too much to say. It's a cute little Palisman, cute little cat. Kind of makes sense for it to be like matching with Amity's colors, like the eyes and like the white sort of design there. It's pretty cool. I enjoy it. But you know, doesn't really have too much of a presence again. So besides like a cute design, it's just, you know, that's all I can really say. The Palismans are interesting, but besides like a cute design, they really aren't that plot important, except for old Flatback and Bean. Wait, hold on. Who is it? I don't even know. Okay, get in here, bro. Is that one of Willow's dads, I think? I don't even know, bro. I forgot. We'll come out to Gus. Okay, this is freaking Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn's cool. I really appreciate how like go-getter she is. Although even it doesn't feel like she would fall for such scams. But I guess I don't know. She feels like very wise, right? She has like a lot of wisdom. Very, very strong. Knows a lot about magic and whatnot. You know, she's been around the block multiple freaking times. But now I think about the fact that she got scammed, it kind of reminds me of like those, you know, stereotypical grandmas get scammed freaking things. You know what I'm talking about? Where like the grandma gets scammed because she doesn't know how to work a computer. Kind of reminds me about that. But I really appreciate how much she cares about her family. I do wish we got to see more of her relationship with Lilith, because Lilith kind of like mentioned her a lot, whereas we don't really see her on screen too much with Lilith. In fact, I think there's only like 2 or 3 scenes where they're in like the same like room together or whatever. I think she speaks like maybe 2 lines to her or something. I know like they're in like the same house for a while, but that's all like off screen, so I don't know. It would have been fun to see more of her again, but I don't really think I can rate her higher than like, I'll put her at like the bottom of B, probably, or maybe above Eber, because she actually has a character. I probably above. Yeah, no, Caleb's higher. Again, this is my own personal tier list, even though Caleb has no lines. Caleb's probably gonna be the person with. Well, that's not true. Caleb's gonna be the second highest person without any lines, to be like the highest up. Which Allah's character has the most trauma? Probably Hunter. Probably Luce is up there too. Probably Hunter and Luce. They're up there for sure. Okay, let's see. Who's next? Gus, Hooty. I guess Hooty's like a main character. I want to come back to Hooty though. I want to save like all the best characters for last for sure. Do more Big City Greens. I actually do want to make a video on the Big City Greens finale of season 3. I thought that was a really good finale. And like season 4 and the movie are still coming out. I really hope we get to see more of Chip too, because they kind of gave like a bit of a callback to Chip. Anyway, this is Allah's tier list. We got Jacob. Jacob is a guy. He reminds me of a loser. I want to put him in D, but like he's one of those characters that are just fun to hate, right? He's like a character that's made to like you're supposed to hate him, but he's also really funny. He's also so fun to hate. So I think I gotta put him at like the bottom of B. You just like to hate him, right? He did hurt V, so that makes me like hate him. Like he sucks, but at the same time, he's like kind of got that like YouTuber go-getter energy, which kind of makes me like to hate him. There are characters that are like funny, right? There are characters that are like funny that you like love to hate, and that is Jacob for me. I love to hate him, but I don't like hate him. I can't hate him because he's just so fun to hate. You know, if you get enjoyment out of hating a character, then you like them at least a little bit, right? You know, that's what I think of, at least. Jean-Luc, the freaking boomerang shaped thing, whatever this is. Yeah, again, this is like kind of where the Palisman would be. I really don't think I can rate it much higher, but it actually has a very cool design. Very, very cool design. Honestly, design alone puts it like this high, because it doesn't really do much, right? All it does is just, I don't know. It just kind of like protects King, and that's it. But it's cool. It's cool, Jean-Luc. You know, honestly, it's weird. Didn't they take him home or something? They took him back to like no, they didn't do that. I thought I saw him like in the background. I forget. Either way, it's cool. Would have liked to see more of them on screen. I was kind of hoping there'd be like a ton of them, even though like most of them like are broken or whatever. It would have been fun to see like an army of them or whatever. I don't know. I think it's got a cool design though, and I really wish it got used more. We got freaking guy from background guy from Hexside. I forget his name. Honestly, I don't really care. Oh, not Odalia. I don't really care. What does he do? Literally, what is it? He has like what? Maybe like 10 lines throughout the entire show. I don't know, man. I don't really care. I don't have much to say about that guy. Okay, we're getting to a lot of main characters here. We got Masha. They're pretty cool. Again, they don't have too much screen time. Not really, but they got a cool design. You know, more non-binary rep besides freaking Rain, as it rains down over here. They're quite enjoyable though. You know, they had a bit of a thing going on with V, especially like getting to see like that cool art in the credits. Thanks to them was pretty cool, and it was actually interesting how they were like kind of plot important with the whole Rebus thing. So yeah, it would have been fun to see more of them. You know, I feel like this is a character that we would have seen more of if we got an extended season 3. But Masha's pretty hype. I think I'll put them. They're definitely a B. Probably. I'll put them right below. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Boscha down too. Yeah, probably right there. I think right there is good. Yeah, because again, they don't have too much screen time, but they do have like some plot relevance, you know, besides the Rebus thing and like, you know, telling the tale of like the freaking Woodabane Bros. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put them above Caleb, just for that one line with the found a hot witch girlfriend. That was pretty funny. So yeah, I'll put them above Caleb. Pretty good character. Okay, Luce, this is Gus's Palisman. Honestly, Gus's Palisman is probably the least interesting one. It's kind of boring looking. It's just like a cute little chameleon, but like otherwise it's not really that interesting. It's kind of got a derpy little face there. I don't know. Of the characters Palismans, I think Gus's is probably the least interesting. But it makes sense, you know, chameleons like kind of blend in, illusion, whatever. I think that works well for him. Otherwise, you know, it's fine. Let's see. Oh, we got Maddie, bro. Hey, it's me, Maddie. Oh man, what to say about Maddie, dude? Okay, so Maddie, freaking power and drama kid. He was like one of those characters that you just kind of like to hate, right? And in the first episode, he was a character that you just love to hate. But, you know, as he went on, as we got to see more episodes developed with him, like with Gus and whatnot, and For the Future, it was just so fun. And even like thanks to them, he had like a pretty funny moment with like the Collector and whatnot. Like literally anytime Maddie is on the screen, I'm smiling, dude. I'm smiling. I'm sorry, Mattholomule. I'm literally just so happy whenever he's on the screen. I would have liked to see this character go from a side character like the main character, weirdly enough. And he's even got like some lore with like Steve being like half brothers. Like that's pretty cool. Even though they never interact on screen, I would have loved to see what their dynamic was. Like, I don't know, maybe he's like an overprotective older brother and he's like, oh, get away from me, you're cringe or something. I don't know. Again, Maddie is awesome. Really would have loved to see him. Really liked his relationship with Gus. Needed more screen time. Definitely an A tier. Probably going to put him right here. Right here. I think that's a good spot. Again, my bias would put these two up here, but, you know, I don't think I can put them up that high. I think right there is good. I think I like him a little more than Bump. Just a little bit more. They're both really good, though. I really enjoy them. I know. I feel like a lot of people have, like, Maddie down to, like, C or whatever, and, like, same with Bump, but, like, I don't know. I might just have a little bit of a bias toward them. I really do enjoy them. Alright, what's this character's name? Like, Norton? Milton? What's this guy? He's like the potion shop guy, right? Where he gives Ida the potions. He's just kind of... Morton? His name is Morton? Okay, I thought it was something like that. Milton, Norton, Morton. Yo, guys, what's his name? You guys are... Okay, it's Morton. Yeah, I mean, he supported Ida with the potions and whatnot. He had some funny moments. He had some witty dialogue. But he's not really that interesting of a character besides that. Like, he's enjoyable when he's on screen, but he's never, like, a character that anybody's going to care too much about. I think I'm just going to put him, like... I don't know. Probably, like... right there. Norton. Dude, it's been a minute since I've seen him on the screen. Since the LS ended, the most episodes that I've rewatched have probably been from Season 3, which he, like, isn't in, like, at all. So... Oh, dear. Is it time? Is it time for Odalia? I think I want to save Odalia, weirdly enough, because I'm going to go off on her. Morton, here's a... Oh, it's funny. All right, we'll do Owlbert. Owlbert's kind of a classic. You know, it was like the first character that Luce saw from the Boiling Isles. Very enjoyable. Cute little bird. I love him. He actually has, like, some decent plot relevance, you know, with, like, that one episode where he gets injured. Kind of teaches Luce some lessons there. And just in general, he's nice to have around. Very adorable little guy. Probably the second cutest Palisman, in my opinion. Maybe the cutest, actually. I don't know. Probably second cutest. He's really enjoyable. I really enjoy Owlbert. Not much else to say about him. Obviously, again, he doesn't really have too much, but he's a pretty cute guy. I really enjoy Owlbert. Always fun to see him on screen. Pretty much not really relevant in Season 2 or Season 3, like, at all, but the Season 1 episodes with Owlbert were fun. Like, did he even have, like, anything to do in Season 3? Was he even there in Season 3? I don't even know, bro. Oh, okay. King's dad. This character was so freaking legendary, and he only had, like, 5 minutes of screen time. Like, King's dad is the GOAT, dude. He is actually the GOAT. Like, not only does he have a fire design, he's cool as heck. Like, added so much lore to the series, like this Hooty eye and like the freaking eye being like matching like the Palisman door, being the freaking Titan that they've been standing on this whole time. Like, this character is so goated. He's so awesome. And literally, he has 5 minutes of screen time. And just in 5 minutes of screen time, he's actually S tier. He's our first S tier. I know this might be a little high. I see a lot of people in chat agreeing with me, but listen. I love these characters, but like King's dad is like so goated. Dude, he is literally so goated. Like, there's not like, he helps Luce get over her whole like arc, right? She's like, oh, I'm just as bad as Bellos, and he's like, you're dumb, you're cringe, take my powers, go beat up Bellos. Like, he's the GOAT, bro. He's actually the GOAT. And like the lore he adds, the relationship to like, you know, King and whatnot, the fact that he's been there since the beginning, in the in-between, like watching over, it's awesome, dude. He's so freaking goated. And literally, I know he can't have more screen time because of the way he works in the plot, but like if I got an entire like side story of just like how he would be chilling in the in-between, watching over King, Luce, Ida, it would be awesome, dude. It would be so awesome. Literally our first S tier. He's actually the GOAT, bro. He is freaking goated. Alright, as for freaking Gus's dad, again, doesn't really do much, honestly. He really doesn't do much. He's probably better than Jacob, but he has like what, like 5-6 lines. He seems pretty cool. He cares for Gus, and he's also like a reporter, so he gets me those. He gets me those like media points for YouTube. I think I'll put him like right here. He's cool, but again, doesn't really have much else to really do in the plot. So yeah, he probably belongs right there, I think. Actually, I'm gonna put. Yeah. Nah, this guy's got more screen time. Freaking whatever his name is. I forgot his name. Principal Faust, I think this guy's name is Faust. I think that's his name. He's pretty fun. He's got a bit of scary thing going on there. Very, very strict. It was fun seeing like Bump being like the assistant principal or whatever to him. Again, doesn't really have much screen time, but he's a pretty enjoyable character while he's on the screen. Fits his role well, being like the intimidating force, but otherwise doesn't really leave that much of a presence. I'll probably just put him like right below Owlbert. He's fun, you know, he's fun, but again, he's literally only in the backstory. He doesn't even show up like in modern day. He's literally only in freaking whatever that one is. The one that ends with kid. I don't even know, bro. I forgot the name of it. I'll remember it later. He had a name? I think, yeah, it's Principal Faust. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Right? Is it Faust? Them's the Breaks Kid. That's it. Thank you, Pastel. It was on the tip of my tongue. I knew it ended with kid. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, again, he fits his job well, but he literally doesn't even show up in the like the if they showed him up in the like in the past and they showed him off later, then it would have been kind of cool, but you know, they literally didn't do that. So again, they had limited screen time to work with the Owl House, so I don't blame them for not like shoving these like random side characters in our faces more than they need to be. We'll come back to Rain. Is this freaking tiny cat Coven lady voiced by Dana Terrace? I forget her name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't really remember her. Honestly, she's just a gag character. Severine. Severine? I thought it was Severine. Yeah, it's Severine. Severine. That's right. Yeah, but despite being a gag character, she's pretty enjoyable. Tiny Cat Coven actually sounds pretty funny. But again, she is literally just a gag character, so I can't really put her much higher. She's probably better than Faust, but I can't really put her better than Owlbert. I feel like Owlbert's kind of like the cutoff for like... hold on. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Better than Barkus, actually. Yeah, again, just a gag character, but a pretty funny one. Voiced by Dana Terrace is pretty funny, so yeah, I'll put her there. Pretty fun character. Next we got Skara. Skara's pretty cool. She's pretty energetic. Again, doesn't really have too much screen time, but of the Hexside students, she's probably like the one, like a side character Hexside student. She's probably the one that left like the biggest impression, and I really enjoy her design. Very, very cool. It was fun to see her like just get all excited for everything all the time, and it's really just fun when she's on the screen. She has a really cool post-time design too. So honestly, I think that's gonna put her like probably at the, I would say top at C, but I'll put her like probably like right below Gwendolyn. Actually, yeah, probably right there. She doesn't really have that much development, but you know, her design is really cool, so that gets her a few more points over Boscha. And Boscha like kind of loses points with For the Future, because I kind of feel like that arc is just like, while it's mainly used for Amity, kind of just makes Boscha look like an idiot. And but again, Boscha serves the role as the bully. She doesn't really get development, so you know. Yeah, I'm doing the main characters toward the end. I feel, or the more popular ones toward the end, just because I feel like that'll be a little bit better. You know, I feel like that's just better for not only YouTube watch time, but you know, we're gonna get like the real juicy ones toward the end here. Oh gosh, let's see. Steve. Again, this one's a bit of an interesting one because he started off as just a meme, right? Steve is like one of the funniest names. Like Steve and Greg, like just talk about like random names. Steve and Greg are like the funniest like guy names. They're so funny, bro. Like whenever you think of like Steve, Bob, Bob's not even that funny to me. I think Steve and Greg are like the two funniest like names of all time. And Steve went from a random gag character being voiced by like, I think it was Alex Hirsch. And they got a new voice actor, and they actually like fleshed out his character, gave him development where he like relates to King and whatnot, not wanting to be in the freaking. Yo, I'm seeing so many S's. What the heck? People want Steve and S. Yo, S for Steve, bro. Nah, honestly, again, I'm trying to be like fair with this, right? I'm trying to be fair with this. I'm trying to not to like put too much bias into this. If it was like meme Steve, haha, get S tiered. But I think he's got to go somewhere in B tier. Really enjoyable character, but. Again, he doesn't really have too much screen time, and I liked how they took a random gag character and just like made him relevant to the plot, with like the whole thing with King, and then he was the one who put like the sigil on Ida, right? That was Steve, I'm pretty sure. So I think he'll go right above Caleb. I think that's a good spot for old Steve. Pretty enjoyable character. Again, S for Steve, but that'd be in my like. Extremely biased tier list. I'm trying to be like a bit fair with this one, trying to be like how much do I genuinely enjoy these characters. But if I was like memeing, I'd be like, Steve S tier, Matt, yep. But I gotta be fair here. All right, Bean, String Bean. I'll be real with you guys. I didn't like String Bean at first. I thought it was kind of boring, but String Bean grew on me really, really fast. I don't even know why. I think I was just kind of like the fact that like it could just turn into anything for Luce. I was kind of like, I don't know, but as I thought about it, it kind of made me think like how it fits Luce as a character, where it really did fit like the whole fact that she like is interested in like many different things, kind of adapts to many different things, in between two worlds. Of course, if she's gonna be like adapting to worlds, of course the little bean will have to as well. And she was the only person who made like an egg for their Palisman too, as opposed to like actually carving it out. So the bean was able to like choose. I'm just calling it the bean. It was able to choose like its own form, but in doing that and giving the Palisman a choice, she was able to get many different forms for it or whatever. So yeah, String Bean, pretty enjoyable, pretty cute. And I probably would have put String Bean like honestly at the bottom of C, if I was just like when I first saw it. But honestly, it grew on me pretty quick. I think I'll put String Bean. I think I'll put String Bean right below Owlbert. I know that's still C tier, but C tier are characters that I still like, right? I still enjoy these characters. They're just like, it also doesn't help that it's literally only there for basically one episode with the final one. It's in For the Future, obviously, but like at the very end. So yeah, I guess it's hard because like this thing shows up and we were all hyped for it, and then it literally did nothing. What did String Bean do besides biting the collector's tongue? What did it do? How is it plot relevant? Besides its symbolism, what did it do? What did String Bean do? I don't think she did anything besides biting the collector's tongue, which was cute, but it did nothing. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Help make the circle thing. The Ouroboros? Why are you calling String Bean? I'm sorry, her. Bean did nothing. Yeah, because the thing is, like, she didn't really do anything. She's cute, right? It's like all the Palisman. Like, you can't hate them because they're like pets. You have like undying love for your pets. You can't hate your pets. But I don't think I can put her higher than Owlbert because Owlbert's kind of like, I don't know. Owlbert's literally in the logo. Like, come on, guys. I mean, I guess String Bean technically is too with the S thing. Whatever. All right, who is this again? This is like King's fake dad. I already forgot his name. Honestly, don't really care. It started like a T, right? I don't remember. I don't care. I mean, he would have been interesting if he actually became Terek. Yeah, Terek. It would have been interesting if he actually like was a character, but he just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know, man. He just kind of became like a generic guy, cause like he was like, leading up to be like, oh, is he King's dad? Oh, he's not, but he's like with the clan of where King's dad comes from, and then he's just like whatever, he's just kind of there. So, yeah, honestly, not much to say about him. I guess like it would have been interesting if he had like more of a character, but like they really dropped the ball. I feel like with the with the freaking Titan Trappers. They could have been so much more interesting. Like I wanted them to like appear as like the Collector's Army or something, but they didn't. They literally didn't. I don't even know. Why do I even have Bill this high, bro? Bill's like whatever. I'm gonna go a little bit lower. You know what? Bottom of freaking C for you, Bill. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna put him. I'll put him at like the bottom of C. Yeah, he's enjoyable enough like when he was on the screen, but then when he just turns into a generic guy and never shows up again. So like I don't really know what the point of him is. But no, he was enjoyable for like the first half of Other Side of the World. So I guess that's all I can really say. Terra Snapdragon. Old Terra. Man, where do we put Terra? That's the question. Terra is another character that is fun to hate. I will say, I think she does have a cool design with like the whole. I'm seeing lots of D's. Oh, it's funny. Terra's a fun character to hate on. I think the voice actress does a very great job of like making you hate her. But got a good design. She's so many D's. Oh my gosh. But she's also fun to hate. And she's honestly a pretty fun villain while she's on the screen. So even though I kind of hate her, she's more of a character that's fun to hate, but I don't really think I can put her much higher. I think I'll put her like, she's kind of like the same thing of Jacob to me, right? Dang, that's a whole lot of D's. Y'all hate Terra. I mean, she sucks. She sucks. Don't get me wrong. She sucks. But she's kind of like in the same tier of Jacob with me, where it's just like, she just sucks. She's not Odalia tier. Trust me. She's not Odalia tier. We'll get to Odalia. Oh gosh. But no, she's like in the same sphere of like Jacob with me, where she's just fun to hate. You know, she's fun to hate. Honestly, she's probably better than Jacob, because she actually has a better design than Jacob. Jacob's just kind of like a default guy. Oh boy, Tibbles, bro. We got Tibbles. All right, Tibbles, Mr. Bacon himself. This is another tough one. Ooh, where do we put a lot more D for Tibbles, bro? Y'all hate Tibbles. B for Bacon. Honestly. Okay, so Tibbles, he's so funny. His voice actor is so funny. Whenever he's on the screen, you know he's just cooking up some scheme. And the fact that he looks so dumb, like you want to punch him. He is like the if this is like a punchable tier list, he'd be #1. If there's any character I want to punch in the Owl House, boom, it's freaking Tibbles, bro. And he is probably one of, if not the most fun characters to just meme on. You know, I was saying that like freaking Terra, Jacob, they're fun to meme on. They're fun to hate. But Tibbles is, in my opinion, the most fun character to hate, because he's just a dumb, like, loser pig. He's just a dumb scam artist loser, like, freaking uncool Better Call Saul pig. Like, freaking Slippin' Jimmy. He's literally Slippin' Jimmy. Slippin' Jimmy. He's literally Slippin' Jimmy. Like, I hate him, bro. He's ugly, and he's dumb, and I want to punch him, and he's bacon. So I'm putting him at the bottom of B for Bacon. Bring in the Tibbles tier. Nah, he's going to B for Bacon. That's what he gets, bro. That's what he gets. He's so fun to hate, though. He's so fun to hate. He's literally so fun to hate. Uh-oh, about to get canceled for putting Tibbles in B tier, bro. Oh, man. He's so fun to hate, though. I love Tibbles, bro. I love hating him so much. All right. We got Tinella Nosa, Tiny Nose here, voiced by Dana Terrace. You know, pretty fun little, like, kind of gimmicky, gag, mascot-ish type character. She shows up, like, randomly. She's just, like, everywhere. I don't really know what's up with that. She kind of just, like, is omnipresent. Wherever she goes, she's just there. Like, weed my story. She's a pretty fun character. She's, like, in a lot of episodes, weirdly enough, but she just kind of feels like that random, like, gag character. I think she, like, if there's any gag character, besides, like, Steve, like, she is the gag character, right? She is the gag character. She shows up in, like, 1,000 episodes. So, dang, I'm seeing some S's? Dang. I'm gonna... She's definitely probably, like, a C tier, but she's a high C. I think she's fun, but I like that she's not, like, you know, they don't run her into the ground, right? Whenever she shows up, she doesn't, like, take that much screen time. She's just kind of there to be a meme, and that's it. And, like, that's it. Weed his story. I'll weed his story one day. I do want to weed his story. But, you know, she's fun. Got a very funny design with just being, like, a circle with a nose. And, you know, she's a funny character. Okay, we're getting pretty close to, like, only main characters left here. What is this character's name again? Freaking person with the beast? I forgot her name. She's pretty enjoyable. But she's just kind of like Vinny. Okay, she's kind of okay. People like Vinny. What the heck? You know, she's enjoyable. She kind of falls into that like Hexside student type thing for me, where they just are kind of a little bit bland and they need more screen time to really, you know, be sort of interesting. But of the Hexside students, you know, she was pretty interesting. Her beast was funny. She made fun of this chump or this chump. He's pretty funny. And she actually is like kind of present in many of the classes. And she was the main one who talked when it came to that one episode where Luce was like in detention or whatever. So yeah, she's kind of like the head of like the detentioners crew. And she kind of helped pave the path toward like multi-coven tracks. So yeah, I'd give her the fact that she's pretty interesting. I don't really think I can say too much about her, so I think I'll put her like right here. I know. It seems like a lot of people in chat are a big fan. Viney? Oh, I see. It's Viney. All right, I see. Well, I'm sorry. I don't pay attention to the side characters too much. Viney. All right, guys. Yo, I'm getting canceled out here, bro. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Guys, don't. Every time I say Viney or whenever I pronounce her name wrong, just look at the bells dancing in the bottom freaking right. Come on, guys. Yeah, she's cool though. She's cool. I'll put her right there. Actually, no, she could be at the top of C. Yeah, she could be at the top of C. All right. Waffles. Okay, this is gonna be tough because Waffles is adorable, right? I love Waffles, but Waffles is only on screen for like 30 seconds, and that's it. Waffles has very little screen time, and her name isn't even revealed in the story. It was revealed in a freaking tweet. But Waffles is adorable. Waffles is Hunter's new Palisman, and like the symbolism of like the type of bird that she is like really cool for Hunter, you know, starting anew, and it really helps him like move on from Flapjack. And also the fact that like Dana considers Flapjack and Waffles to be like brother and sister. I think that's very, very cute. So you know what? This might be a little bit of a bias point, but I'm gonna put her in B tier. I'm gonna put her right below Adrian. I like Waffles, and I know that's a little too high for sure. She should realistically probably be like around probably right above String Bean for me. But I'm giving her some bonus points just because of like the things that she symbolizes. You know, I'll put her there. I think that's fair. Okay, we got one final character till we get to the actual main character, and also Lego Ida. Well, and I'll Dolly because I want to meme on her. But we got the freaking guy, whatever his name is, the warden, the prisoner, the guy, whatever his name is. Yeah, he shows up in like 2 episodes. Not really much to say about him, honestly. He's just kind of there, but he's also kind of funny. He feels like a pathetic like guy in his like 40s who's like trying to get a date or whatever. And he also has some cool powers. His voice actor is pretty fun. I kind of like his design. I think Warden Wrath. That's right. Well, I knew it was Warden something. Ew, what the heck? Yeah, I'll put him in C tier. I think he's like, I think he's right there. He's just kind of boring. You know, he's a Discord. What makes you think? I guess he might give up a little bit of a Discord mod vibe, maybe just a little bit. I think he belongs right here though. I think that's a good spot for him. You know, I think that's a good spot for him. All right, now we're with our main characters. Who do we start with? That's the question. Who do we start with? That's tough. Who do we want to start with, guys? I'll let you guys pick. Lego Ida? Hunter? Lego Ida, Flatback, Hunter, Ida. Well, I'm seeing a lot of flatbacks. And Lego Idas. Okay, now it's like all Lego Ida. All right, Lego Ida, I mean, come on, guys. Come on. All right, if I'm giving my real opinions out here with Lego Ida is a very funny meme. But you have to use Lego Ida carefully. If you spam Lego Ida, it becomes not funny. You have to, in my opinion, like a meme, you can't spam her or else it's going to die. And I feel like Lego Ida's on the verge of death. She's very funny. But if you spam Lego Ida, she's not funny. She has to be used carefully. The Lego Ida is a delicate meme. It's a very delicate meme. It's extremely funny. But being spammed, she would fall so fast. But she's so iconic. Everybody knows Lego Ida. She's S tier. Without a doubt. But yeah, you gotta use her in clever ways, smart ways. If you just spam Lego Ida, it's not gonna be funny. It has to be like some sort of build-up, something that goes along with Lego Ida. Lego Ida on her own cannot survive, but she is a top-tier, undisputable meme in this community, and she cannot be beat. So yeah, she's S tier. You can't just spam Lego Ida only. Lego Ida on her own spammed, it's not good enough, you know? It's not good enough. All right. I'm thinking, since we just did Ida, I think we gotta go for the actual Ida here. I think that's only fair. Ida is, honestly, before Hunter showed up, she was my favorite character in the show. Easy S tier. I love the sort of like, I should say Grunkle Stan vibe, but you know, kind of captures that same sort of essence, right? The irresponsible parent is such a great character because not only do they give them tons of room for development, but it also allows freedom for your main character. Because if it was like a strict character, such as Hot Pop from Amphibia, you know, that kind of restricts Anne's like exploration of the world, even though, you know, she got into trouble with it. So I guess both characters can work. But irresponsible ones that like kind of like let the kid go wherever they want, do whatever they want, have like whatever adventures they want. It's great. It's great. And Ida going like from a character who didn't really care about Luz, thinking she was just some like lost kid, to developing into like a mother figure for her, and seeing all the different relationships she had with different characters, like getting closer to King, seeing what their relationship was all about. Though like weird lore developed between her and Hooty was really, really weird. Her relationship with Lilith was very, very awesome. Like the Clawthorne sisters are a freaking amazing duo. And then like the whole curse thing was awesome, where she was like the most powerful witch, and then she got like the biggest nerf because of the whole Owl Beast cursed, and then being able to use that curse for development, and then having the whole Harpy Ida form, like that was awesome. And like in season 3, like, you know, like losing the arm and whatever, like she didn't even care about losing the arm that much. They barely even acknowledged it. But you know, she's tough, she's awesome, she's definitely she before like season 2, she was without a doubt, like no one even comes close, my favorite character in the show. She was that enjoyable. I really enjoy Ida, and also just a great design too. Such an iconic design. Her hair is so fluffy, so amazing. The voice actress does amazingly well for her. Like I have nothing bad to say about Ida. She is basically like the most enjoyable character, the most chaotic character like in the show. Such a good character. Okay, I saw a lot of Willows earlier. I guess we'll go with Willow next. Honestly, I'll be real with you guys. I did not care about Willow or Gus in season 1. I think a lot of people would agree with me there. They just weren't interesting. They were not interesting, right? Like they had okay designs. I think Gus definitely got like a glow up for sure, but they just like weren't really that enjoyable. They were pretty boring. But come season 2, and even sort of season 3 with Willow, they actually became a lot more interesting. And to be honest with you, I think of the 5 like main characters, like of the 5 Hexside squad, if you don't really count V in that, I think Willow's the least interesting. And again, that's not to say I don't like Willow, but like when you consider Hunter, Luce, Amity, Gus, Willow, like those are all really good characters. They're all strong characters, but she's definitely probably at the top of B for me. I don't think I can put her higher than that. I do like Willow. And I really, really enjoyed her For the Future arc. That was a great arc. That was a great arc. The fact that she kind of felt like the most mature of the group, and where she was like bottling up all her emotions in, I really liked that. Because I feel like that's not really explored well with like leader type characters that like kind of are like the emotional rock of the team. But I do think they weren't really that good in leading up to it. Like Willow was always kind of like that emotional rock, but I don't feel like it was built up to well enough. Maybe that is also just a flaw of, you know, having to like kind of rush season 3 a little bit as well with the limited screen time that they had. But overall, I think it was really, really good. Willow's pretty. I think, you know what, I'll put her at the bottom of A. I'll put her at the bottom of A, not B. I'll put her at the bottom of A. You know, I was thinking about like Emira, and I was like, she's definitely above Emira a little bit more. So yeah, I'll put her at the bottom of A, but I won't put her higher than that. So. She's very enjoyable though. Good character. I was really happy with her development that she got. And I think, you know, partnered with that, I'll go for Gus next. I think Gus is probably like just right above Willow, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of people would put Gus below Willow because he doesn't really have as much development. But I feel like a lot of Gus's development kind of comes like with like the reading between the lines, or like the looking into his character. I think the fact that he's the youngest of like the main group yeah, puts a lot like on his shoulders because he's like what 12? I think he's like 12 or 13 by like the end of the series or something. So he's pretty young, and he's got to like deal with like all this stuff while everyone else is like a couple years older than him. It's like, dang, dude. And he's also like the smartest one. You know, he's very, very brilliant. I wish they kind of did more with his smarts. They kind of felt like they shafted Gus's like intelligence, because he feels like that type of character where he's got very bad like street smarts, but he's like very, very good with like, you know, book smarts, intelligence. And they didn't really like optimize. I didn't really use Gus to the fullest extent with like his, you know, actually type, you know, thing. I don't know. I really wish they did more with Gus's character. But, you know, the development that he got in Labyrinth Runners, you know, being able to, like, connect with Hunter was really awesome. It's funny how much Hunter, like, how strong of a character Hunter was that he, like, boosted Gus and Willow, like, so high for some people. Like, a lot of people didn't really care about Gus and Willow until Hunter became their friend. Like, it's kind of crazy. But, you know, Gus has some really good character interactions. He's a really, really fun character. And again, needs more time. He just needs more time, honestly. He really does. But yeah, he's a little bit higher than Willow just for me. And I really like how, again, there's also just like the fact that he knew Hunter was a Grimwalker. He chose to like keep it a secret. Like, I wanted to know more about that. Like, why did he keep it a secret? Why didn't he ever like confront Hunter about it? You know, even if it was just like a 1v1 while they're like chilling in the basement, and thanks to them, like he had so long to confront him about it, but he never did. Like, what was he thinking that whole time? We never know. I really wish we got to see more of that. Like, obviously I think he's probably like respecting his decisions or whatever, but I don't know. I wanted to see more of him, right? I really wanted to see more of him. A lot of characters need way more time. Yeah. Again, that's probably something that we'd touch on in season 3 if they actually had like a full one. You know, they probably would have touched a lot more on like the character relationships and like what characters know. At least like with Gus knowing about Belos's and Hunter's past or whatever. Got an ad. Rip. All right, Kiki next. All right, I'm seeing some Kikis next. All right, Kikimora. This character is, oh boy. Where do we put Kiki? This one's tough. This one's actually really tough. Because Kikimora is like a meme, but she's also a threat, right? She's a super big meme, but she's also a threat, and she sucks, but she's funny. She's extremely funny. That's tough. She's definitely like, her meme potential is extremely high. I think her meme potential is like an S tier. But as a character, she kind of sucks. Like, she's a horrible person. Like, she went on Coven Day Parade or whatever. She like went with Luce and then was like, haha, JK, you suck. I'm joining the freaking Coven or whatever, so I get recognized. Like, she only cares about herself. She's extremely selfish. And then like the whole For the Future thing with Kikimora kind of sucked too, because like, oh, I'm the villain now, but now that Bellis is gone, I'll be the big bad. I'll control all these random kiddos. Like, she was like the shadow leader of like the Hexside squad because freaking Boscha was just too stupid and only listened to freaking Kikimora. But I think her design is really, really funny. She does pose as like an actual threat, which is weird. So yeah, I think this is tough. This is actually really tough. I think I gotta put her like, I think she's right here. I think she's right here. As a villain, she is fun. She sucks. She's a horrible person, but she is a fun character, and she's a fun villain whenever she's on the screen. Except in For the Future, kind of, sort of, maybe just a little bit. Also, not Odalia. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Camila. How dare I call you that? When Camila called her like Kiki Miki, that was very funny. that was very, very, very funny. But yeah, Kikimora is enjoyable. Enemy potential is fun. Just a very fun character. Very, very fun character. I enjoy Kiki. And she's also fun to hate, you know? She's kind of got like that Tibbles energy, Terra energy, Jacob energy, where she's just fun to hate, right? Like, you just imagine like you're holding Kikimora in your hands, right? You drop her and you just kick her. You just do like a little boom, and she just goes like, ah! Like, dude, she's perfect for that, you know? She'd be perfect for that. She's the perfect like height. You just drop her, kick her, watch her go flying, you know? That's what I want to do. I'm gonna drop kick Odalia. Not, well, her too, but mainly Kiki, because she's the perfect size. Oh gosh. All right, let's see. I was seeing a lot of V's next. Oh, what the? Oh, Ultra came with the $2 donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry for the lack of videos, by the way, everybody. I'm gonna try and get back into it. I know the Miraculous Ladybug video with Hawkmoth didn't really too well, but if you're interested in Miraculous Ladybug, I actually have some more content planned on that. And I do have a Kahoot video for the Owl House that's like mostly done, but I'm really trying to figure out how to end it. So I've been like spending a lot of time with it, and I've been really like thinking about where I want to take the direction of this channel. So that's why I've been really thinking about. That's why the video output has been lower, because I'm really thinking about like what I want to do with the channel. But anyway, I do want to get more content out there. Aside from that, though, I was going to talk about V next. That's right, V. V is awesome. V, I feel like, is the protagonist of this show, but like a different show. She feels like the protagonist, but stuck in the wrong show, right? You know how like obviously like Luce is the protagonist of the show. V is like the count. She's like the other side of the coin to Luce, because she went from the Boiling Isles to Earth, and you know it's like a reverse version of like how Luce went to the other thing, and like she has to like adapt to Earth, right? She has to like, you know, hide from Camila for so long, for however long she did. I don't even know how long it was, and she has to like get used to Earth, like, and also hide from it, right? It feels like it would be a great show if V was the protagonist, but if it was flipped, right? If there was like a spin-off where it was just V, and we got to see like her shenanigans on Earth while everybody else was like, you know, doing their thing in the Boiling Isles, she escaped. Like she got to Earth and she just gets to chill there. And you know, the fact that I feel like my friend actually brought this up to me when we were were we on podcast? I don't know. I have a podcast, by the way. You can go watch it on my third channel. Sorry for the plug. But she brought up a really good point where V was actually extremely upset at Luce, which nobody really like talks about, because you know it's the whole like sister dynamic between the two of them. But V didn't like Luce because there was like the whole thing of like, hey Luce, you have all these awesome things here. You know, you're safe. You have a loving family, and no one really talks about that. Like, she was kind of spiteful to Luce. Even though Luce was trying to help V and whatnot, she was kind of spiteful towards her. In the episode where we like actually figured out who evil Luce, quote unquote, was. So yeah, that was like one thing that I really thought was interesting with their dynamic, which I really wish they explored more. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that actually made me so upset about Luce and V. They don't interact, like, at all. And to season 3, do they interact once? And thanks to them, I don't think they do. If they do, it's like they're talking in a group. They don't interact at all. And like people are like, oh, they're sisters, haha. Yeah, that's cool. But they should have interacted. They should have talked about this, you know? Again, season 3 was cut short, but it would have been so good to like just have an episode dedicated to these two. Their relationship could have been so interesting, and they just like kind of just like drop it. They don't even interact, which is sad because they really do feel like two protagonists. It's that V is like a protagonist in a different story. Like she could have had like so many misadventures with like Masha and their gang, you know? Like V should have had more screen time, but V also just feels like the protagonist in a different story. That's how I've always thought about V, and honestly, she's a really cool character. Really awesome design with the Thanks to Them design. I really enjoy that, how they like have the hair and the highlights, but it's like mixed in with the ears. So yeah, V, she's gonna be A tier without a doubt. Probably right here, you know? Probably right here. Yo, the freaking Hunger Games finalists right here, bro. Oh my gosh. Yo, are they gonna battle it out? That's probably where I put them though. They're pretty close by. That's probably where I put them. Oh hi, Dulce. Yo, we got the channel artist here. Let's go. I'm gonna make you a moderator. There you go, Dulce. There's way too many people. Well, it is freaking Owl House moment, so you know. Anyway, guys, say hi to Dulce. She's the creator of the profile picture and the channel freaking banner. Very cool. All right, let's see here. Who do we do next, though? What are we thinking, guys? Hooty? Seen some Hooties? Hoot? Alright, we'll go for Hootsifer. Hooty's great. I'll start with that. Hooty is freaking great. Like, it's hard to make a character that is just there mainly for comic relief, but is also an interesting character at the same time. You know, there are plenty of movies and shows where you have a comic relief character and nobody freaking cares about them. Why am I still playing this music? I'm gonna play some Mario RPG music. There we go. This is actually Little Hooty's theme, bro. Hooty's a goat, bro. He's goat. He's actually so goated. And the fact that he actually has, like, relevance to the plot. This music's throwing me off, bro. It's so stupid. This music is actually throwing me off. It's the Hooty theme, bro. Oh my gosh. But no, he's like, his relationship with Lilith too. Like, Lulu! His relationship with Lilith is so fun. And the fact that he's actually like relative to the plot with like, knock on Hooty's door or whatever, where like he got Luce and Amity together. He made Harpy Ida be a thing, and he helped King find out that he has Titan powers. Well, he didn't find out that he was a Titan yet. But, okay, this theme is so loud, bro. I'm sorry. Oh, V with the $1 donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Very kind of you to say. Yo, this is so loud, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's better. Sorry, I did not think that theme was so freaking loud for me. It's throwing me off my game, dude. I swear. I'm so used to freaking Kieran's theme or whatever. Anyway. Yeah, Hooty's the GOAT. Definitely, I feel like he's kind of underrated. He's just a funny character. Like, there's a video online, I think it has like 2 million views. It's just like all Hooty moments from like season 1. I've watched that so many times, dude. I have watched it so freaking many times. It's such a funny video, dude. It is such a funny video. I highly recommend you do it. And there's also that like one time in like season 1 where he like opens up his mouth and it gets like super freaking big. Wait, donated 30, what is that? I don't know what that symbol is. 30 something. Thank you, Robin, sir, for that donation. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all the donations. Thank you very much, everybody. That's so kind of you. I'll be sure to try and pump out more content for you. I do really appreciate that. I'm so sorry I've been lacking on the videos. You guys deserve good content, you know? We deserve good content out here. Come on, you guys are great. Showing up out here on the stream, supporting it. Gotta spam it, Gabriel, you know what? It's awesome, bro. Awesome. Anyway, Hooty's A tier. He's A tier. He's A tier. He's A tier. I think realistically I can't put him like too high, but I love Hooty, dude. He's such an icon. He's literally the mascot, bro. He is the mascot of the freaking show. And he's awesome. I just love Hooty. I could talk about Hooty forever. He's just so enjoyable. And like he's got such an iconic design where it's just like a circle and a tube. Everybody can draw him. Everybody loves him. He's like the ultimate meme. He's like literally the ultimate meme character. He is like the definition of a meme. But everybody loves him. Like, I don't think any person is like, yeah, Hooty's kind of mid. Like, no, everybody loves him. He's cute, but he's also ugly. He's funny, but he's also extremely annoying. Like, he's stupid, but he's also brilliant. Like, he's somehow, like, he's just everything. Hooty is omnipresent. Hooty is everything. Anyway. I'm seeing lots of Enzo Gabriels / the Collectors. I think it's time we rate the Collector. The Collector was... The Collector is a really interesting character, because obviously he only has 3 episodes to work. No, 3 episodes to work. He's not even in, thanks to them. But they are a great character. You know, they are a really, really good, maybe not necessarily a foil for Luce, but, like, Season 1 Collector is, like, very similar to Season 1 Luce, but, like, take it up a notch and add, like, you know, dump a bunch of crazy in there. Because he's just a little kid who doesn't really know the consequences of things, especially like human / witch / demon / whatever life, because he just treats everybody like a toy or like a spider or whatever he freaking called it. I don't know what the whole spider thing was, but you know, whenever you step on like an ant, you don't feel bad, right? Like most people, they step on a worm or an ant, they're just like, oh, whatever. You know, like I kind of feel bad, but you know, you get over it like within 10, 20, 30 seconds, right? You move on with your day. That's how the Collector sees people. You know, he's like a JRPG final boss. He sees people as just playthings. Just things to play with. And like if they break, oh, I've got magic. Snap, let me bring him back. Like that's it. That's all I see him as. And he is truly an amazing character. And like the voice actor does a great job for them. And he's got an amazing design too. Probably one of the most iconic designs from the Owl House. Like everybody looks at this guy and is like, yeah, that's a amazing design, you know? Like, I think some of the best designs in the entire show are Ida, obviously, Monster Bellows, amazing, Season 3, thanks to Luce specifically, she's amazing, and then the Collector. Those are probably, like, my 4 favorite character designs. They're just so amazing, and I think I gotta put the Collector in S. He's so good. I think he's above King Zan, I'll say, because the way Luce develops is that she is mature enough now to educate the Collector. And I think that's really good, because Luce being the one to tell the Collector what they're doing wrong, and it coming from Luce, the person who King is like closest to, sees as like his sister, that's where the Collector wants to be. He wants to be like on the same level as Luce to King, because he just wants friends, right? And that's what I really enjoyed about his character, because when it was King's Tide, we were scared of this guy, right? We were terrified of him, because we didn't really know what he wanted. Like, obviously we knew he wanted friends, but, you know, we saw in Hollow Mind that he was like, haha, I want to destroy everything, but it wasn't that. He wanted to just play. We didn't really know. He felt a lot more menacing in Hollow Mind, which it could be, like, people have theorized, like, you know, Sealed Collector versus, like, Witch/Human Form Collector are different on purpose. I'm not really sure entirely how accurate that is. I think it's just, like, a theory. But, you know, the Collector, when we actually got to see, like, their character and how they acted and for the future, without, like, having Belos there, without having to be, like, in the middle of a battle, without them only having, like, 3 minutes of screen time at the very end of King's Tide, we actually got to see what their character was like. So it was super enjoyable, and I love his character so much. He's probably my... I don't know... He's pretty high. I really enjoy him. I really do enjoy him. And, like, especially in the final episode, he really does just... He really knocks that out of the park with his character arc. And he's also just adorable, you know? He's an adorable little guy. Alright, let's see. We got King. Okay, I'm seeing some Kings. Lots of Kings here. Alright. We'll do King next. King's tough. King's actually quite tough, honestly. In Season 1, he wasn't really that interesting, honestly. Of like, the main 4 in the Owl House, like Ida, Luce, Hooty, King, he was the one I probably cared about the least, right? And they didn't really do anything with his character, so Season 1, you know, it was kind of like whatever. He was probably like a B tier, sort of. He was kind of fun, but his gimmick kind of got a little old, you know. I'm the King of Demons, haha. Yeah, you are, bro. But Season 2 came around, and they're like, yo, let's give this character some development. You know, he's actually interesting. Throw in the fact that he's a Titan in there. Like, that just adds so much. So, you know, now that we know he's a Titan, not just some, like, lost weird dog thing, that just opens up so many doors. Like, he's gonna live longer than everybody else. He's gonna see all his family members die. His whole relationship with the Collector became very interesting because he's the last living Titan, and, like, you know, the Collectors and Titans are basically like the closest you can get to gods or immortals, like the, you know, immortal being to semi-immortal being, as King would say. I almost said immortal being. Oh gosh, the bean that never dies. But yeah, you know, and then King's development with the Collector, you know, going is like, not only like was Luce kind of like, or Season 1 Luce similar to the Collector, but also like Season 1 King at the same time was kind of similar to how the Collector was now, because, you know, he's just like, oh, if I ever become the King of Demons, I'm gonna kill everybody. I'll be feared. I'll be like the greatest warrior. And then in Season 2, when he talks to Steve, he's like, I don't want people to see me as a scary monster anymore. You know, I just want to be king. I just want to be myself. I just want to hang out with my family, hang out with Ida, Luce, all my friends. I just want to, you know, live my life. But, you know, obviously Belos moment, but but, you know, it was like, it's so interesting to see him like develop and mature, and especially since he's probably the youngest character. Like, outside of the Collector, I think he's the youngest character in the show. So it's kind of hard for him to like take all of this in, despite being so young. And like, you know, imagine like he finds out like his dad is dead. There's just so much. They really just gave him so much extra lore, and he became super enjoyable Season 2 and onward, which I feel like a lot of characters did. So I think King's got to go. I think he's probably. I think he's right below Camila for me, honestly. I think I like Camila just a little bit more. I don't know. That's actually tough. See, King's tough. He's definitely a very high A tier, though, without a doubt. I'm not really sure. I'm going to put Camila ahead for now, but they could probably go either way, realistically. I think that's where King belongs. He's a very good character. Let's see. Okay, I'm seeing endless amounts of Flatback. All right, so Flatback is the GOAT, bro. He is the freaking GOAT. We all know Flatback, bro. We all know Flatback. For those who aren't aware, I'm talking about Flapjack, but, you know, Flatback is a meme on this channel. We call him Flatback out here. Flatback is so enjoyable. Every second he's on the screen, he's adorable, right? He's so cute. And, you know, when he was just introduced, we were just kind of like, okay, he's a cute little bird. He's flying around. You know, he becomes Hunter's Palisman. That's pretty cool. We were kind of like thrown for a loop. We all thought like he was going to become Luce's Palisman at first, but uh-oh. he's Hunter's Palisman. Ooh hoo hoo. And seeing them bond, these two, was so cute. And the fact that Flapjack not only like is like Hunter's only friend, but also helps Hunter learn how to connect with people, is always giving him advice, gives him the name Caleb to like connect with freaking Willow in that one episode. You know, he starts developing friendships with them. I'm talking more about Hunter now, but like, you know, his relationship to Hunter is like what kind of defines Flapjack. But of course, that's not all that there is. We know freaking Evelyn created Flapjack most likely, and then gave him to Caleb. And you know, Flapjack is honestly probably the oldest character, one of the oldest characters in the series. It's kind of weird to think about that he's like 300 years old or something, because you know Belos is like what 350 plus. That means Flapjack is also like 350 plus. It's like, what was he doing all those years, huh? Was he just like chilling with Bat Queen and all of them? I don't know. Could I edit a picture of Flapjack? You know what? Whenever I finish the tier list, I'm gonna pull up a freaking image of Flapjack. I'm just gonna overlay it where Flapjack goes. But yeah, you know, he's old, but you know, he's very wise, and like his connection to like Caleb and Evelyn is like super, super cool. And the fact that like, you know, he's connected with Caleb, who Hunter is a Grimwalker of, and then he becomes friends with Hunter. Maybe from the start of it was because he was, you know, similar to Caleb, but you know, they bonded, they became friends, and they always had each other's back. And then when Flapjack sacrificed himself for Hunter, like, dude, we all knew it was coming up. That was it. We all knew it was coming. The writing was on the wall. Like, so many people, literally so many people, were like, Flapjack is dying, myself included. They're my freaking, I think that's my most liked tweet on Twitter.com, which by the way, I'm not calling it X. X is cringe. If you call it X, you're cringe. Sorry. But on Twitter.com, I made a post that was like, Flapjack better live. Except I called him Flapback, you know, goat. And he died. And that was like, I think it's still my most liked tweet. But you know, he's the goat, bro. He carried the team. He's awesome. And he literally saved Hunter. And then Hunter got his powers. It's just, I could talk about him forever. He's S tier, bro. He's freaking S tier. I think he's probably right below the Collector, honestly. You know, he's the GOAT. They couldn't have made it without him. And he was also like the one looking for the Rebus too. Like they wouldn't have even got back without Flapback, bro. Like seriously, the misadventures of Flapback, like literally, bro. Who would Captain Knuckles be, bro? Hunter? Oh man. Anyway, we love Flapback out here, bro. We love Flapback. All right, how many do we have left? Seven characters. 7 characters we got left, huh? Who do we do next? Amity. Save Odalia for last. Oh, that's funny. All right, I'm seeing a lot of Amities. All right, we'll go with Amity next. Amity. This one's a spicy one. I know a lot of you are gonna hate on me for this, but I personally think that Amity was most interesting in season 1. When she was like a bully and then also was like developing into, you know, going from enemy to friend. I think that she was probably at her most interesting character in season 1, weirdly enough, which is like kind of the opposite of like most characters in this show. But don't get me wrong, I am not a Lumity hater. But Amity's character, for the most part, is like 70% loose. It's just like, that's all I can think about. And don't get me wrong, romance is a great way to develop a character. But when it's like pretty much all the character thinks about, it's like, I don't know. I love the relationship that she has with her family. I think that's super interesting. I love the whole thing that she has going on with her dad, where like her dad, Darius, not Darius, freaking Alador, I'm sorry. I mean, maybe in the future, you never know. But you know, Alador, where he like, you know, he was a fighter, he won like the tournament, got that belt, like that's what she wanted. Like that was a really good episode for Amity. And I really enjoyed, a good thing, if I'm saying positive things about Lumity, I really like the relationship they have. They feel like a very healthy relationship, which you don't really see too often in media. With like relationships between characters, a lot of the time, it's like, there's a lot of like lying or like toxicity. We're on Amity right now. Or it's like, you know, they fall through like Star Wars, Force of Evil, handle relationships horribly, in my opinion. But Lucy and Amity, I think their relationship is handled like extremely well. Like the way they develop from their like, you know, enemies to friends to crushing to being in a relationship, and then, you know, always being there to support one another. It's great. It's great. You know, they really are like always there to support each other. It's a great pairing. Don't get me wrong. It's just the fact that like Amity kind of is just always like, oh, that's Luce's girlfriend. Like what do you think when you first think Amity? Luce's girlfriend? Yeah, that's what you think. When you first think of Luce, do you think of Amity's girlfriend? No, you don't. That's what I'm talking about, right? That's what I'm talking about. When people think of Amity, they say, first thing comes to mind, that's Luce's love interest. But it's not her own character. She's not her own character first. She's Luce's love interest first. That's my problem with Amity. Is I don't want her to be Luce's love interest first. I want her to be her own character and then Luce's love interest second. That's my whole thing, right? that's my like only like kind of like complaint about Amity. But otherwise, she's awesome. I do really enjoy her character. She's super, super fun. I like how she's like, I've heard the term girl fail tossed around a little bit. She kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Like, especially like thanks to them, when she's like tripping over the candy or whatever. But she's an enjoyable character. I think she has a really cool design. I do also think her season 1 design was probably the best. No, I do like her thanks to them design the most, honestly. I think that's her best design. But I also think season 1 is a really good one too. I think weirdly enough, the season 2 design is probably my least favorite, even though it's probably her most iconic. You know, like the short purpley cotton candy hair, whatever color that is. I'm colorblind. The necklace, the shirt. I do like her shirt. Her shirt is cool. Like the necklace is pretty cool too. You know, Amity's great, but I don't think I can put her like extremely high. I think I'd put her probably below. I think I'd put her right here. I think that's fair. I think she just needed more time to be like her solo character, right? Again, it's not like I dislike her or anything. She just needed more time to be solo and like, I don't want to say away from Luce, but she needed more time to be like her own character too. So that's where I'd put her, I think. I think that's fair. I know a lot of people would be like, yeah, let's put her in S, but no, I think this is where I'd put Amity. I know a lot of people are probably upset about that, but listen, A tier's still pretty freaking good. You know, I'd still say she's pretty good. Again, this is just my opinion. Obviously, you know, you're completely free to have yours. These are just my opinions. I'm not saying this is not an objective tier list by any means at all. This is 100% my opinions. That's all it is. Okay, now I'm seeing just Hunters out the wazoo. We'll go Hunter next. I think you already know. I think you already know where he's placed. So I'm just gonna reveal it right away. He's the best character in the show, in my opinion. He's the best character in the show, without a doubt. Hunter, if you know what? Hold on. How do I make a new tier? How do I add row above? Here we go. How do I hold on? S plus. Boom. Best character in the show. He is the best character. I gotta change the freaking color of this too. How do I do that? Boom. Best character in the show without a doubt. Okay, so I could talk forever about Hunter, but listen. He has such good development. Could you imagine like the plot twist to find out that you're actually just made out of like sticks and mud and you're a clone of like the worst enemy's like freaking brother that he murdered, and you're like a slave and you've been lied to all your life, and also you have like no friends and you're constantly working, you have no sleep ever, and like dude, I'm sorry, this character is so freaking good. Like, he not only is he enjoyable, he's funny, he's snarky, he's sassy when he's the Golden Guard, right? And he believes in what he's doing. You know, he's devoted, he's loyal, right? He's loyal to Belos. That is great. You know, those are all really good characteristics of like a kind of cool villain. But obviously, he's just being used. He's being manipulated by freaking Belos down over here. And to find out that he is just extremely kind. Like, he's one of the nicest people out there, right? But he's fair at the same time. He's not gonna like lie to you. Well, except for being a Grimwalker. Well, that's more because he was scared about how people would view himself, right? He's not gonna lie to you when it comes to, like, he's gonna tell it to you straight or whatever, you know? Like, he told Luce straight up, like, you don't plan things out well. I mean, obviously they're still kind of like the villains at that point, but you know, Hunter is like, he's honest. He's freaking loyal. He's the GOAT, bro. He's the best character in the freaking show. And like the amount of development he goes through with Belos, like it definitely like comes mostly from Belos being used, being a literal clone, not even being a witch/human. He's just made of sticks and stones and magic. That's it. So it's like, how could somebody love me when I'm just like some weird clone thing? Like that, it's so sad. And like he learns to make friends with Gus and Willow. He's got like the whole like rivalry sort of thing going on with Amity before they you know, go on the same side or whatever. And you know, him switching sides, like Hollow Mind is still my favorite episode of the entire show. Like it was so crazy. Like we got the reveal of like Philip being Belos, which, you know, was pretty easy to predict, honestly. It was pretty easy. but the amount that like these two characters went through, bro, in Hollow Mind was just absolutely insane. It's still my freaking favorite episode of the entire show, and like the way the amount of character like relationships and connections that Hunter has is so great. Even between like Ida, like I love when Hunter's having like that panic attack at the end of Hollow Mind, and like Ida like very correctly is like, "Hey kid, you know, you doing okay?" And gives him space. Like, there's literally like, "Hey, you know, give him space." You know, selling that to King and Hooty. Like, gosh, dude. And like not only that, but he's got insane meme potential. He goes through an insanely good like character arc. He's got a fire design. Like every single one of his designs are fire. You know what? I'm gonna say I don't hate his short hair design. I'm glad that they brought his long hair design back, because I think that's when he looks his best. But like the short hair design was pretty good too, because you know what he looked like? He looked like a dork, because he looked like a regular guy. He never got a chance to be a regular guy. He always had like this kind of somewhat, maybe a little bit unkempt hair, but he just looks like a regular guy, because he never got a chance to be a regular guy, because he always has bags under his eyes. He's always constantly stressed, constantly turning over his shoulder, you know? Never had any friends. Kind of had to constantly rely on Bellows for the 16 years of his life, and only to find out that his idol, his uncle, the person he thought was his only family, betrayed him, hated him, and was easily replaced and cloned him after the brother that he hated, that he murdered? Bro! It's like, it's insane. It's insane. I could talk about Hunter for so long. He's the GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT. He's the best character in the show, without a doubt. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of Rain. I think Rain is the most underrated character in the show. I think the fact is they don't get enough screen time. You know, they really deserve more. There's like what? 1, 2, 3? 3 episodes where they kind of have screen time? Just a little bit? I mean, they got like, you know, screen time here and there, but like, I really feel like they needed more. And Ida and Rain's relationship is really, really interesting. You know, they go from being like smart, they're kind of like the smart kids, but nobody's on their level, but they don't want to be the smart kids. They want to have fun, right? So Rain is like kind of like similar like to the Ida level, but they're also they're much more cautious, right? Whereas Ida is, you know, I shouldn't say aggressive, but you know, kind of reckless. Rain's more careful. They play things carefully. And they're close to the chest, right? Where they didn't tell Ida about their plan to stop Bellows. You know, they wanted to keep Ida safe. Like, do you know how nice that is? Like, Ida wanted to help out, but especially like Rain, it was kind of like, you know, getting into it. But when they realized that Ida had to like take care of Luce and King, they were like, get out of here, go back to your kids, keep them safe. You know, they have priorities. They're super sweet. They have a very amazing design, fire design, and then freaking possessed Rain with like the whole Bellows thing. Awesome, dude. Very, very cool design. Very sinister, honestly. Like it works. Like Rain honestly looks like they could be like a kind of villain design as well, especially like this, like with the whole possession and whatnot. So yeah, I really like Rain. I could probably talk about them a little bit longer, but I think I'll leave it there so I don't ramble on for too long. I think they're an S tier. I think they're bottom of S, but I think they're an S tier character. I think they're extremely underrated. I really think people would appreciate Rain more with more screen time and not just like 3, 4, however much episodes we got with them. Like especially like if there was ever like an Ida and Rain backstory where they'd be like the main characters. It's just like Ida's Adventures in Hexside or whatever as like a spinoff show. You already know people would like love Rain. You already know. Like, I want to see more of them. I'd love to see more of, like, the dynamic of not only when they're younger, but, like, where they're going to go on from here, right? And I also love, like, the whole, like, just Bard theme. That's also just really cool, too. So, they're the GOAT. They're the GOAT, bro. They're the GOAT. Who next? Belos? Emperor Belos? Alright. We're going for Belos next. I think Belos, I think I'll just go for it here. I think he's the 3rd best character in the show. I think he's so good. This is probably Disney's best villain that they've ever made. Don't get me wrong. When I think about like Bill Cipher, Amphibia, when it comes to like just villains, I think like Bill Cipher is probably the strongest villain, most iconic villain. Because like, you know, people are always going to talk about like Disney villains and whatnot. But if you're talking about like the Disney TV villains, the 3 that come to mind: Bill Cipher, Andreas, I guess the core 2, but more of Andreas, and then Bellows. Bill Cipher was like obviously like he's got like the icon. He's probably the biggest iconic villain, right? Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh yeah, well yeah, that's the movies. If you're talking about that, Frollo's god tier villain. He's amazing, bro. But no, we're talking like this like Disney TVA stuff. I think Belus is like the best well-written villain, because like Bill, he's just chaos. He is just chaos. Like he's smart. He plans things out well, but at the end of the day, he's just chaotic, right? There's not really much depth to Bill, not that much. You know, he's got like the whole deals and whatnot. He's extremely iconic, amazing villain, but he doesn't really have like much character outside of that. Where Andreas, you know, he's pretty deep, right? But he doesn't really have like much time. I should say, he has like a whole season, but like, you know, the True Colors is amazing, and it kind of like led up to it. But like Belus is like the villain from day one, right? And you just think he's like, oh, he's just some random emperor guy. He's like, he's the strongest guy. He's the emperor, so of course he's the villain, because you know the emperor is the bad guy. You know, who else is gonna be our bad guy? Some random guy off the street, Bat Queen? Like, bro, come on. You Tibbles, bro? He's our bad guy? Well, you know, Belus, you already see right from the start that he's a menace. Frog, bro? All right, Boomer, you're about to become a mod right now. Hold on. We're not doing Frog Bro right now, but if Frog Bro's in here, he'd be S tier for sure. You already know. But no, Bella, he's an amazing villain. The amount of like planning, like 350 years plus, and he's just so petty. That's what makes him good too. He's freaking petty as heck. Like he murdered his own brother. He didn't need to do that. He's like, oh, you betrayed me. Pfft, you're dumb. You're a loser, Bellos. Oh, he's so good. And like the fact that he carved freaking glyphs into his own skin, and the fact that he like just constantly possessed things over and over. He went to being a small little goop and he still kept going. He took over the Titan. He would do everything to win. And here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Bellos, he got back to the human world. He never knew how to get back to the human world. But guess what? He got back. He literally got back to the human world, and he went back to the Boiling Isles, not knowing if he could come back again. Because he had unfinished business. He didn't want to, he wasn't there. No, he wanted those witches dead. Because he's like, no, I'm not going back. I'm not done. I failed in killing them. The Day of Unity got stopped because the Collector was cringe. I'm going back, and I'm killing them all. That's so good. He could have given up, right? And we could have had the Collector be, that's honestly what I thought might happen. I thought Bellos might, like, I didn't think it would, but you know, there was a chance that Bellos might just, like, get defeated in the human world, and then they just go back, and they deal with the Collector. But no, they're like, this is our villain. He is going to take over the Titan, and he is going to all lengths necessary. He is not going to stop. He will trick anybody, deceive anybody, betray everybody. No matter what, he is not stopping. And he's just insane. He's extremely intelligent, but also he's extremely prideful, and he's stupid. He's stupid, but he's extremely intelligent. Like Luce being like, what, a 14-year-old kid outsmarts him because he's dumb. Because she plays to his ego. She plays to his pride. She plays to his villainy. And the fact that, like, they're both humans, you know? Because Bellos hates all people. So he's like, oh, well, I'm a human. You know what? I'll get along with you, Bellos, as long as you protect my friends. He's like, ooh, okay, whatever. He obviously was going to kill them anyway, because Bellos, you can't trust him. They both knew that they were lying. They were both lying. Bellos definitely would have killed her friends. You think he wouldn't? Because he made a deal? No. He doesn't care. Bellos betrays everybody, bro. He betrays literally everybody. He's the best freaking villain, because he has the most development. Now, Andreas, when it comes to, like, Amphibia, I could talk about him another day. But he's a really good villain, too. Bellos is the greatest villain in Disney TVA, in my opinion. He's so good. He's literally so good. And, you know, I almost want to put him above Ida, but I think Ida's just a little bit enjoyable, personally, for me. But I think when it comes to, like, writing, he's probably, like, S tier, or S plus tier. Okay, I think I'm good on Bellos. Who next? Who next? We got 3 characters. We don't have much to choose. We don't have much to choose from. Clearly you haven't heard of Doofenshmirtz. Doof is great. Doof is great. We love Doof out here. Lilith? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of Lulus. Lulu! Lilith's great. Lilith is freaking great. You know, another one of the characters that goes from enemy to ally. But I love Sinister Lilith in Season 1. But she's also kind of like that girl fail kind of like attitude, sort of like with Amity. She gets like pretzels thrown in her face. Being the sister of Ida is very, very funny. But also like the fact that she cursed her sister with a spell that literally no one's seen before. Like that's pretty intense. And all because she was like the book smart one, but Ida was just better because she just was, you know? Some people are just naturally gonna be like learn faster, learn everything quicker than others. All right, guess we're done with Happy Land. We'll go for Arvin. That's also kind of loud. All right, last song change, I think. Arvin's theme, the go. Anyway, yeah, Lulu. She's so enjoyable. I love her complainy side too, where she like complains about what's her face, freaking, where is she? This lady. I forgot the name off the top of my head, but she's like a loser. And her relationship with Hooty is so funny, where Lulu and Hooty were kind of like the odd ones out, right? She never felt like she fit in everywhere. It's kind of same with Hooty, like they were always kind of like rejected or whatever. So they got to like bask in like the fact that they were like both kind of like, I should say like rejected, but you know, they just work. They just work together, right? They work so well together. They just kind of like that oddball pair that just works so well. And the amount of like relationships that she has like with Ida, I would have loved to see more with like Rain as well, because they're kind of like friends sort of. And like Lilith and Luce was really, really fun too. How they became like, they were enemies. Like Luce hated Lilith, and then you know, they became like good pals. You know, it was really fun to see Lilith, and like the design change that she went through, and also being there to support her sister in the season 3 was awesome. It's great. It's great. And I think she's only Arrow Ace rep, which is like what came from that one stream, so that's pretty awesome. Honestly, I found it to be quite relatable in many different ways. I think she's definitely an A tier without a doubt. I think I'll put her right below Darius. I think that's a fair position. I think that's a fair position for Lulu. She might, you know, she might be above Darius, just barely. They're very close. Very, very, very close. Maybe above, nah, maybe not. No, not above King. I think she's right below. I think she's right. I think that's a good spot. I think that's a really good spot for Lulu. All right, guys. The question is, who do you want to have for last, Luce or Odalia? Leave Odalia for last? Okay, I'm seeing lots of everybody wants Odalia for last. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, all right, we'll go Luce. We'll go Luce. Here we go. Luce, protagonist, main character of the show. Honestly, this is gonna be probably one of the hardest characters to rate. Honestly, this is actually really tough because I'm trying to think of it. Season 1 Luce is just kind of fun, but not really that interesting, honestly. If I'm being completely real with you, she's kind of like your happy-go-lucky, you know, Disney protagonist, whatever, star butterfly kind of looking thing, you know. He put Chat away because he's scared. Don't worry, no, Chat just broke it. It just breaks every once in a while. But Luce, you know, season 1, she's cool. You know, she's just kind of there. She's kind of got like this like a very peppy sort of positive attitude. And it works, right? It works, especially like having high energy being brought into a new world like the Owl House. And being the odd one out, getting to join up with all of these funky weirdo characters where she didn't belong. She felt like didn't belong on Earth. You know, she couldn't really get along with anybody. She was like the weird one out, right? The odd one out. So she gets in this world, and you know, us weirdos gotta stick together. She joins up with the other weirdos and kind of goes on misadventures from there. Gets to you know, develop with a lot of different characters, but come toward the end of season 1, Luce finally gets to, besides like the little misadventures that she's learned, she finally gets a real good taste of development when her new like teacher / mother figure is put into danger by trying to help her out, really. And like the fight between like Ida and Lilith was really, really awesome. We love that. And how Ida was protecting Luce the whole time was really awesome. And like then her whole hatred for Lilith because she was caring for Ida, and then she comes back to the Owl House, gets a plan, and then goes back to rescue Ida. Like that was great. And then she gets her whole confrontation with Belos, and you know, that was a pretty good way like to wrap up season 1. She like matured. She actually like kind of became a witch with her whole glyphs and whatnot. You know, she was fighting back. She was really starting to develop. And then season 2 came around, and she became awesome. She became really, really cool. Not only did she have like her whole thing with Amity going on, which a ton of people were like obsessed with, but you know, she had the whole rivalry with the new character Hunter, or I guess being like Hunter Golden Guard at the same time. The rising tension with Belos was there a lot as well. And then the whole thing with her mother. There is a lot for Luce to balance. Like, there is so much for this poor girl to balance. And then Hollow Mind hits. Not only is she worried about the fact that, like, her mother, she is, like, supporting V and whatnot. You know, you got her whole friend situation going on right now. But she's, like, invested in other people's lives, too, along with, like, Ida and Rain. But then Hollow Mind hits, and then it all comes crashing down. That is the biggest turning moment of the entire series, is Hollow Mind, when so many truths are revealed, and Luce falls into, like, despair. where this is not what breaks her, but it is like the start of her breaking, right? You know, she becomes like terrified, she becomes scared, but she doesn't want to let Ida handle everything. Ida's like, you know what, you're the kid, let me keep you safe. She's like, no, I want to act, I want to do stuff. Let's keep doing whatever we can to stop Belos. Maybe we can find people, you know, on the other side of the world to help us out. But as it turns out, again, you know, they're villains, and she's got to, like, run away from them. But she's also supporting King, her little brother, who just found out he's a Titan. And it's like, now she has to deal with knowing that, too. And it's like, she's got enough on her plate, but now she's got to help other people. And it's like, she wants to be the person who's helping people all the time, but she doesn't always have it in her. And she's just like, she's being chipped away constantly throughout season 2. And then she's like, oh no, now I need to know if Amity's okay. I gotta reunite with Ida. And then she even has the whole fight with Ida, because Ida wants to keep her safe, but Lucy's like, no, I'm gonna keep helping people. This is what I do. This is the person I want to be. I don't want to be like Belos. I want to be a good person. I want to be the good witch. I want to help my friends. And then it's like, so many of these relationships aren't just like one note. They're so complex. Like Ida versus Luce was a really, really cool battle. And then it leads into, you know, like getting back with Amity and whatnot. And then you get to King's Tide, where she breaks. This King's Tide is when Luce breaks. Is when she fails, because she's been failing this whole time, right? She's had failure after failure after failure. And then she fails by not being able to keep everybody together. You know, she fights Belos basically one-on-one. She nearly gets turned to stone. And then she has to, like, obviously fight Belos with all of her friends, worried that they're going to be injured, trying to keep them safe. You know, she's, like, holding on to Amity, trying to protect her from all this stuff. And then when the world starts falling apart due to the freaking Collector, King is torn from her grasp, and she is shot in to the freaking portal by King letting go, you know? And then that's where she breaks. That is where Luce's character, like, completely crumbles, and she gives up. You know, that is when she, maybe not necessarily at that point, but that is what causes her to give up, because she literally keeps on failing, and she knows that if I go back, I'm just going to keep putting people in danger. I'm just going to keep on failing and making the people around me suffer. Which is why, you know, there was that whole line, which was, I guess, you don't have to read too hard between the lines, but when she was talking about that one guy, and thanks to them, where she's like, oh, maybe it would have been better if that guy never existed before. Like, that's pretty deep. Obviously, it's clearly, like, symbolism that she's, like, talking about herself. She's like, maybe it would have been better if I never have been brought to the Boiling Isles, you know? She sees herself as, like, a second Belos, almost. And then she's going through this whole thing, trying to get her friends back home or whatever. And then, like, the Possessed Hunter hits, so it's like, I gotta deal with this now. I gotta stop Belos, but also help my friend, and, like, nobody else is here, and I haven't told them about all this stuff. And then there's the whole thing with her mom. And then you get For the Future, where she finally starts coming around, where she still knows, like, yeah, I'm coming back, but only because, like, you guys are wanting me to so badly. Like, my mom is here to support me. She really wants me to. But I'm not going to stay here, right? I still am going to make things worse. But, you know, at the end of the For the Future, we get the whole Camila thing. And, like, that was a really nice speech that she gave to Luce, and helps give Luce a little bit more confidence in herself. She gets String Bean, obviously. Oh, hold on. And then, you know, we get the finale, Watching and Dreaming, which is what finally brings her character arc to a close. And, of course, we got the GOAT, who finally makes her realize that, no, you're being stupid. Literally everything that you've done up until now is always to help other people and stop Belos. Like, nothing that Luce did was ever, like, of ill intent. It was always good-natured. She was the good witch at the end of the day. It was just that she was up against such a powerful, menacing villain, and also a chaotic, freaking little child, that she was basically powerless to stop them with just glyphs. But, you know, she was extremely determined. She never stopped. And then once Papa Titan gave her the final confidence boost she needed, she came back with Titan Luce, clapped old Belos, and, you know, finally got her character arc to a close. You know, we don't need to stick together. She was able to thank all the people she cared about for supporting her this far. And, you know, Luce is the GOAT, you know. She started off as a pretty generic protagonist and developed into a very, very, very interesting character that matured a lot throughout the series and was put through so much trauma and so much development. She is without a doubt an S tier character. I'm gonna put her as the fifth best right here, number 5. I think that's fitting. You know what? Probably above the Collector, 4th best. I think that's a good spot for her. Luce, the main character. Literally, come on. I had to talk about Luce for a while. Listen, she's a really good character. She's a very, very good character. Honestly, I envisioned myself putting her like a little bit lower, but after talking about her even more, I realized that, and like comparing her to other characters, like, yeah, she's definitely like just so good. All right, guys, I think that's about it, right? I don't forget anybody, right? I think that's about it. What do you guys think of the tier list? I'm not forgetting anybody, right? This looks like all the characters that I know about. Oh, man. Odalia. What is there to say about Odalia? Besides the fact that she is the most trash character in the show. I want you to look at these cast of characters and I want you to tell me if there is a single character worse than Odalia. Listen, I know it's a bit of a hot take, guys. I know. Don't cancel me. But Odalia is the worst character in the show. She sucks. You know, Belos murdered people, right? That sucks. But you know what Odalia did? She sucks. Listen, nobody likes Odalia. She was written to be hated, and it's perfect. She was written to be hated. Literally everybody hates this character. She has an iron thumb over the entire Blight family. She barely even cares about them. Does she have any love towards her family? I don't know. Probably not. You know? She literally treats them like dolls. Like, oh, you need to have this color hair. This is what you need to do. You know, she doesn't see them as her children. She sees them as items. She sees them as not products, but, you know, people to work for her, people to inherit what she has done. She sees Alador not as a love partner, but as a business partner and nothing more. You know? And then, like, when she's like, oh, this business partnership is over. I want a divorce. It's like, oh, look, joke's on you. I already filed the divorce papers 3 hours ago. But listen, Odalia sucks. She's not supportive of anybody. She's manipulative. She's cruel. And she sides with Belos just so that she can get into she can be royalty, quote unquote. She's dumb. How does she not realize that Belos sucks after all that he did? And then freaking Mama Dahlia, hey. And then she freaking can't even do the work. She makes the puppets do the work for her. She sucks. She can't do anything by herself. Seriously. Literally, what can she do? She's garbage. Sucks. Alador, I don't even know what you were thinking, bro. The only thing that she did good was that she spawned Edric, Emira, and Amity. That's it. That's the only good thing she did. Otherwise, she's trash. And she's dumb. I take it back. Tibbles, you're not the most punchable character. It's Odalia. She freaking sucks, bro. Sucks. Worst character in the show. Freaking loser. What else can I say? Literally, what else can I say? Worst character. You a drop kicker? I would too. I'd put it through the meat grinder. 100%. Either way, guys, I think this is it. I think that's the full list for real this time. What do you think? Thoughts on the list? Give me out of 10. What do you think? How good is this list out of 10? I feel like a decent amount of people would agree with, like, I'd say like 70%. Very good. Very good. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10. I feel I'll take 9. I'll take 9. 9's good. 7. I'll even take, honestly, I'd take 7. I know there's a lot of people like would probably want to swap like Amity, like they're probably put Amity, Gus, Willow a little bit higher. But you know, I think this is a pretty solid list overall. Again, these are just my opinions, of course. Viney too low. I didn't even know this character had that big of a fan base. That's crazy. But 0 out of 10. Let's go! 0 out of 10! Oh, Jolly, I see her! I jest. Oh, man. Yeah, I tried to give a decent explanation for every single character. I hope I did better. I probably could have rambled on a little bit longer with certain characters, but I didn't want to go on for too long because I do have some other stuff that I want to do. I might stream on my Pokemon channel later today. I don't actually know. I might. I'm not sure. If that's the case, I might do it in like a half hour. So you can check that out. I don't know if I will though. But yeah, I had a good time making this list. I'll probably do an Amphibia one sometime soon. I know that one won't get like nearly as much as attention. But I thought this would be fun because I thought I was like, for some reason in my mind I was like, yeah, I've done like a tier list before, but I definitely haven't. So I know a lot of people will ask for Kahoot. I'm sorry. I might do a Kahoot sometime soon. I do have the Kahoot coming, shortly, sometime hopefully. But I might do like a live stream Kahoot sometime. I might check out some Kahoots or whatever. I'll see. But either way, thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate it. Definitely let me know like in the comments when this turns into like a video, what characters you'd swap and for what reasons. I'm very curious to see what your opinions are. Because this is a big cast and there's a lot of characters that are really, really cool. So yeah, I'll catch you all later. I hope you have a great rest of your day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.